Yay! Uh, Hi, welcome to the stream. Um, yep. Um, so I'm a little bit weird because I'm just not used to. I'm doing it a different way, so I'm just a bit. Oh God, how's this working? It's working. It's fine. Okay. So yeah. So I'm just trying to post the Zoom link to my. It makes sense. Post it to my YouTube post tab, yeah, post tab rather than on Facebook. So you can access it easier. So yeah, that's what I'm doing from now on. So you'll find it on my YouTube channel. Go to the post or community tab, and then it's there. So you can join Zoom from there from now on. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, so welcome to the stream. I haven't got a title, so I've just called it New Year's Non-Duality. New Year's Non-Duality. Um, yeah. So yeah, thank you for joining and welcome, and I'll just do the introduction and then we can open for questions. So just give me a minute just to settle, get comfortable. Well, Happy New Year. Hi. Oh, I think everything's working all right. We can shut this down now, I think. No, keep it open just in case. Uh, yeah, keep that open. Bit cold. Mm. Happy New Year, the end of 2025. Um, yeah. Yeah. New Year's non-duality. New Year's non-duality is funny. Um, get myself comfy. Thank you for sharing at non-duality with full passion. Oh, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So I suppose the obvious place to start is what's non-duality? To say what non-duality is. Oh, the heating's not on, that's why. So what is non-duality? I think it's the best subject. I really do. It's the best subject. I really do. And the more I've been like reading a bit about some other teachings, and I respect them, and yeah, they're beautiful. I respect them, but it makes me realize the path of non-duality. It makes me realize, um, makes me appreciate, let's say, non-duality, and realize that it's its own path, its own what non-duality teachings are compared to these other teachings. It's like, wow, it really, yeah, it really clarifies and solidifies, and it kind of gives form, if you like, to gives form to this non-duality. I'll call it teaching, just for simplicity, but it gives form to it, in a way. Um, but yeah, it makes me value non-duality, yeah, for what it is, and values it as a teaching, and hearing these other teachings that are similar but a bit different, and I value this non-duality. Yeah. So what is non-duality then? So non-duality is it, you know, with those other teachings in mind that I've just been like briefly reading about, non-duality is like a blazing fire. A blazing fire. A blazing fire path. It's, I think certain personalities will be drawn to it as well, more than others, because of its blazingness. Certain, yeah, personalities, certain people that have been through certain things are going to be probably um, drawn to this type of teaching or speaking. Um, so what is it? So no, no, non-duality. Non-duality is a radical, a radical pointing, a radical description of something. It's like magic. It's a radical um magic. I'm not drunk, I'm just a bit. There's nothing else like it. um I just thought I've heard some of these other teachings, and not at all just knocking them. They're beautiful, and they have their own thing, but I'll just oh dear. What was I going to say? I lost it now. What I was going to say. Well, uh, what was that saying? What was I saying? Excuse me. Um, So what is non-duality? Okay. Oh, yeah, it was just thinking about these other teachings, how they're very sensible, very mature and sensible, and very ethical and very mature and very, and then I just feel non-duality is like buff. It's such a like it's such a oh dear. Okay. So what is so what is non-duality? At least the way it's spoken here. What is non-duality? So non-duality is pointing to a radical freedom. It's pointing to uh, a radical freedom. And that freedom, that radical freedom, isn't something that's in time. So it isn't something that you can work towards in the future. It isn't something that's going to come to you in the future. So it isn't in time. It isn't about who you are, like your story of you from the past or your current situation of who you are, the story of who you are, what's going on in your life, what's happened in your upbringing, childhood, middle age, whatever it is, what's going to happen in the future. So it's not freedom based on time. And often that is what is happening. There's a looking for freedom in future. So in spirituality, normally the idea is to meditate to get to this future point of happiness and freedom in the future. This idea of spirituality of becoming enlightened, becoming this fully healed, fully ethical, perfect being with no reaction, no emotion, no opinion, no anything, and this idea of this projection of this perfection. So non-duality isn't speaking about that projection, that idea. So that immediately removes it from that sphere of spirituality, that sphere of we are moving towards something in time. It's not part of that. It's something very radical. It's very radical and very free. And that is what's difficult about non-duality and also what's beautiful about non-duality. It's difficult in the sense that the mind or the person is used to, well, it's in time, so it's used to time, it's stuck in time. So it only knows itself as someone from time, going into time. It knows this timeline. So it's difficult for that. Um, but it's also beautiful non-duality that it isn't in that world of time because it's freedom. It's freedom from that reality. It's freedom from that. And that's why it's so beautiful. It's so immediate. It's freedom from that living like this, being stuck in this horizontal timeline. So it's a very, very radical teaching. But it's also because radical can sound obviously harsh, and it could sound maybe like a war, like a radical war or something, like a war on terror or a war on this. It's not radical in the sense in that way. Yeah, it could be seen like that. But it's also, I mean, it is harsh and it is extreme, but it's not necessarily like it's also got a softness to it as well. There's a softness to it as well, an all-encompassing unconditional love to it as well, which softens that harshness. And this is the paradoxical nature of non-duality, that it is both this and that. It's empty and full. It's harsh, but also beautiful and loving. It's not anything. It doesn't exist. It's not anything. And yet it is everything at the same time. And this is incomprehensible to the mind, to the intellect, because the mind can't grasp at the same time. It can't grasp not not something, non-existence. And it also can't grasp everything. There'll be a limitation to the everything as well. So in saying that, I don't really know, like it's hard to promote it. Like I don't know who would be interested in something like that. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and it's beautiful as it is. Whether you call it a teaching or a pointing or a description or whatever you call it, it's beautiful as it is. And I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about non-duality, um, and share any insights or feelings that come up here about it. So you can join the Zoom. The Zoom link is in the tab of the YouTube channel. So you can join me on the Zoom with your camera on or off. It's up to you. If you do put your camera on, you will be visible on YouTube. So I'll leave it down to you to choose. But yeah, you can join now. I'm open for questions. So, and the chat's there as well. You can put in the chat. If you do your chat, please make your questions very clear. That is a question. Yeah, and I'll try to read it. Non-duality not have some teaching question. Non-duality not have some teaching. I'm not sure what that means. Does non-duality not have some teaching? Is that what you mean? Does non-duality not have some teaching? That isn't clear to me either. So can you just rewrite your question, Guyana Mudra? Thank you in the chat. Is that a question? Non-duality means being one with life, where there no mind, no tables, no tables to your experience. Yeah. Yeah, because you be really clear questions, it would be helpful for me to know what you mean and to respond to the question. Did I say what non-duality was in the end? I can't remember. Although I never did say what non-duality was. It's like off on a tangent, something else. Okay, I'll just say, I'll just say it. I don't know if I said what non-duality was. Okay. So no, I didn't say, did I? Okay, so non-duality. So non-duality obviously means not two, not duality, not two, not separation. And what it's saying is this is non-duality, this is not two. So rather than the experience that humans begin to develop, which is I am someone separate, the world is someone separate, the parent, the sibling, the house is separate to me. I am here, located here in this body, this form. I have an end to me. I stop here. The body is my home, if you like. Um, or I'm in here. I'm a thought in here in the head. I'm separate from everything else. That's the normal, usual human experience that's conditioned in and cultured in and yeah, genetically wired in, possibly as well. But non-duality is saying the opposite of that, that there is no separation, that this sense of you, this sense of being a storyline, being a position here, isn't actually what you are, isn't actually true. It's a a story happening, a mental story happening, but it's also an energetic story happening, like a feeling happening. And this feeling, this energy of being separate and these thoughts of being separate like come together and this gives the impression that yeah, there is somebody here having an experience. It's me, it's I. And it feels like that I is actually located somewhere. And with that experience of being I located somewhere, there's a that I is trying to correct that sense of wrongness, that sense of lost, loss of home, like this sense of this doesn't feel right, like something's missing, something's, and we don't know what it is, but it's like this doesn't feel right. This, and so there's this trying to resolve that, trying to find that wholeness again, that completion. And this ties in very well with the whole Garden of Eden being kicked out of heaven, kicked out of wholeness, into separation, into this consciousness of being separate. But that's yeah, just to yeah, drop that in. But so that's the experience or the feeling. And so the whole life is trying to find home again, heaven again, love again, wholeness again, completion again, happiness again, peace again. And so what non-duality is teaching, saying, messaging, however you want to pointing to what it's speaking about, is that what you, this sense of a person is looking for is freedom, is freedom from you essentially, freedom from that sense of being separate, that feeling of having lost love, lost wholeness, lost home. It's saying what you're longing for is actually here, is actually all there is, and that this you that's looking for it is part of an illusion, it's part of the illusion that's happening, that you are separate, that you exist as something, someone separate from everything, from what's happening. and that this isn't true. This is a feeling happening, an experience happening, a storyline happening that's been repeated and began to feel very, very real and very, very true. But non-duality is pointing to and describing, could say beyond that impression, beyond that experience, beyond those thoughts, beyond that habit, to this, everything that is, everything that's happening, the simplicity of this life happening, emotions, thoughts, feelings, experiences. That what you look for isn't in time, isn't in the mind, isn't in solving what you believe is the problem in the mind. What you really long for is already happening. It's already this, it's already complete, it's already whole, it's already unconditional. And so it's pointing out this illusion of you that's trying to arrive somewhere, be something, achieve something. And so rather than this story of you that's claiming to be living and directing everything, it's this removal, this removal, this disappearance. And so what's left is everything. Life is living as opposed to this personal you living. Life is living. Life is, let's say, taken over. Mm. This is what's so beautiful about non-duality. That it isn't about an attainment or an achievement of a person, but it's the collapse of that person and the revelation or revealing that person was never in charge, it was never living. It's a total surrender, a total handing over, or taken over. Like it's not like you surrendering, it's something else taking over. Mm. Which you could call surrender, but it's so yeah, you're welcome to ask anything now. I've described what non-duality is a bit better. You're welcome to ask anything or join the Zoom. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, feel free to join the Zoom or to ask any questions in the chat box about non-duality, of course. Belly keeps on grumbling, but it's not hungry. It's just, oh, Um, just going back to the chat, Guyana asked the question. I wasn't sure what that meant, but um, if I said does, if I read it as does non-duality not have some teaching meaning? Um, yeah, not have some teaching meaning. Yeah, I can feel what you might mean. Basically, you're saying, does it have like teaching materials? Like, does it have does it have steps, like practical steps, steps one, steps two, step three, like a teaching like that? And I think there are non-duality teachings like that. I think there are teachings um available like that, where that involve self-inquiry, um, like questioning this sense of who you are, and there are various practices and things like that. Um, so there are many different non-duality teachers you can go to and ask for the teachings, and they might be able to give you more of a um, structure like that. Um, and give you more of a teaching to help you understand it more, to be to yeah, understand it more. I'm sure you can find non-duality teachers online and just check them out and see if that's what you're after, like more of a more understanding of it. Um, More of a framework to understand it in. Um, I think in that sense, I'm not a non-duality teacher. Um, yeah, don't really have a teaching like that to, or descriptions like that to offer. Um, yeah, but there are plenty of brilliant non-duality teachers out there that can help you understand it more and teach it to you. Um, good night, happy New Year, Andrea. Chat. Good to see you. Does it feel like you're never alone, even alone, even? Does it feel like you're never alone? Um, does it feel even that question is hard to answer. Does it feel like you're never alone? Is that sorry, that question's hard to. I don't think that. I don't think I'm never alone. So I never really thought of it like that. Um, but I suppose it feels like. Ooh, I suppose it's true. Like we're never alone. There's always everything. There's always everything. So in that sense, it's impossible to be alone. mean, Ben keeps grumbling. I mean, as um oh, as as a human story, then yeah, there's been a aloneness and a aloneness. So on the human level, as a human, I can say, yeah, I've been very much alone. But as you drop out of that story, as the wholeness that this is, then there can't be aloneness. So New Year's non-duality. Obviously, there isn't really a New Year's, it's just what we call it, our made up calendar. But in the spirit of non-duality and its paradoxicalness, Happy New Year. Lots of love. Thank you for joining the stream. I shall see you next time. Bye.